So hello and welcome back guys. So as in today's video I will teach you about map. Well, map is a cool thing. You might need it. So let's begin. Well, let's name it something like book so that you can understand the thing in a better way. So a book is a new map of stuff. Alright, let's add a terminate. So that's how you define a variable which is a map. It is a new object of our map class. So map is kind of like objects. Well, they're pretty much objects, but there are few different stuff like some extra cool functions like clear, delete and stuff. And apart from that, you can have any kind of key. Well, for example, in the set function, for setting a particular value, first of all, you have to provide a key and then its value. Well, like we can do something like chapter 1 and then the key will be, I don't know, mm, well, it can be reference or maybe acknowledgement. Well, it can be anything, right? Well, you can do the same thing in an object like doing this const book is equals to an object which have chapter 1, or you can do something like this chapter 1 and its value is equals to whatever you want. But we can do cool stuff. Let me show you real quick. For example, we have something like const ch1. It is an object which tells stuff like chapter, and it will say 1, and let's say pages, it will say 30 to 5. So you know it is an unique object which identifies chapter 1. So if you want to do something like using that object, this object as its identifier, you cannot do that. If you type ch1 and then you do book dot ch1, it will return the thing. But what if you want to do something like book and provide the ch1 thingy here? Well, I personally think it will not work, so let's find it out ourselves. It said undefined, but we can do the same thing in maps. So if we do ch1, you will see, yeah, well, wait, my bad, we have to do something else here. We have to do book.get and then we have to provide the key. It will be ch1, and you can see we can get the stuff from an object. So what I'm trying to say is, we in objects we can have keys which are number or which are string. Well, by number I mean we can do something like this, and we can even have boolean or other data type like that. But we cannot have arrays, like we cannot do something like this. All right, we cannot have arrays as our key, but we can do that in our map. So that's why maps are different and they are cool. And now let's move on to some functions of our map. So first of all, let's add some stuff. What else can we add? I guess this is it. Now let me show you about book.get function. Well, I already showed you this. It is just for getting a particular key, and bam, it will return us the thingy. Oh, it is 1, not ch1, my bad. And bam, you can see it works. The set thing is for setting values, and then get thing is for getting them. And now comes the delete function. It is pretty cool. It is for deleting a particular value from our book. Let me just show you, and let me add few more values. Book.set, and this thing will be 2, chapter name will be this, and bang, you can see the oh, by the way, let me just log this thing before deleting it too, so that you can see the difference. And bam, so you can see first of all our map contained two chapters, first and the second one, but later on the first chapter was deleted. So that's what our book.delete do. And then comes the book.clear function. It is pretty cool. It will just clear your array. Bam. And now comes book.has function. It is quite an useful function. You can check it. Well, you can use it to check whether something exists in the map. Book.has and the thingy. So you can see the three things do not exist. But if I type 2, it will say it exists. And by the way, if I type OU34, it will still say false because it is an value, not a key. So here we have to provide a key. All right, and now comes book dot clear, where I showed you clear, delete, and I guess now comes the this thingy. Wait a second, let me just type all of this here so that you can just do the thingy, right? Book dot, wait a second, book dot delete 1, and then comes book dot clear. Bam. So now comes book.values and book.keys. So it is pretty much like object, wait a second, object.values to get all of the value of an object, but here we are going to get all of the value off of a map. So it is an iterator. Of course, you can iterate to each and everything using the dot next thingy. I told you about this in my symbol video in our JavaScript thingy. I mean in this series. But we can just make it an array by spreading the stuff and then putting them in the array. Alright, that's how we use the spreader object. So whatever separator object or spreader object, whatever you say. So what it do is it is just gonna take all of these element outside. Well, let me remove the keys so that you can understand it a bit more. Bam. So you can see it just took the elements out of its or out of the iterator, and then we are just putting them inside an array, and bam, we got an array instead of that iterator thingy. So that's how our keys and the values thing works. And now let's move on to the to another thing which is kind of related to keys and values. It is the entries thingy. It is gonna return an iterator of arrays which includes the key and the values. So you can see this iterator have lot of arrays inside it, and each array contains two elements. The first element is the key and the second element is the value. So that's all about our iterator. Pretty simple stuff. You can use it to loop through each and everything. And of course we can use book dot for each function for looping through everything. It is pretty much similar to our array. First thing is the value, second thing is the key here. Well, key and then the map thingy, I guess you don't need it. And let me just log all of it so that you can see what it is. All right, this thing is done for. If I type cl and anything other than s, then this console gets stuck and I hate it a lot. But anyways, let's just do this, and you will see it logged the value, then its key. So the dot for each function is just for looping through each and every function, every thingy of that thing of our map. And now comes book dot size. Well, I forgot to tell you about this. It is just for getting number of elements we have in our map. And then comes what? Then comes book dot clear delete entries for each get. As I guess we covered each and everything about book, I mean our map. And now let's cover about weak map too. Well, we can just do a small book is equals to new weak map. Well guys, it is the weak map thing is almost similar to map, but there is a small difference. A small book dot, you can see it only have these four functions: delete, get, has, and the set function. We do not have dot entries and lot more different stuff. So you can see that's all we have in our small book. Let me do small book 0.1 and stuff. Our small book looks almost similar to our normal book thingy. Let me just log both of these. Small book, comma, our damn book, and let's log it. Bam. What the heck? Invalid value used as a weak map. What? Oh, I see. My bad, guys. There is a small difference. To be, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't knew about this difference. The keys of our weak map, the keys, they should be an object. All right. Our key should be an object. We can only have keys of an object. So you can see, it gave us this thingy. It returned us this thingy. Well, it says items unknown. If we use the spreader object, then I guess it should. Object is not iterable, my bad. So we can use the dot get thingy here, dot get, and I think we cannot get it. If I just do this, control plus C, alt back, bang, it should not work. Yep, it returned as undefined because that object is a new object, not the same one. So let me just use this object as the key, and let me do the same here too. Holy shit. Bam. So now you can see it returned us that HO23 thingy. So the weak map thing only have two differences. First of all, it have less number of functions, all right, and then you can only have objects as the keys. So that's all about our small books and stuff. And now I guess thanks a lot for watching. Next video will be on set and weak set, and I guess bye.